It's This is Lindsay. It is February 12, 2025. It's whatever the date is. It's Wednesday, February 12, 2025. So I wanted to do a video today about more of this harassment, gang stalking, organized stalking of a targeted individual, speaking of myself. And so some strange stuff they do. Obviously, they do weird things at the gym. When I go to the Gold's gym, they use these what they call flying monkeys. These people who are, I suspect some of them are, contracted by the government or these private security, whatever, or whatever, military. Some of them are military. I have been going through this for so many years now that it's just sort of like when it doesn't happen, I kind of, go into shock when it's not going on, but it has been going on so long that you become immune to it. But they will, they'll taper off. Sometimes they'll be more intense about it, and then they'll kind of slow things down a little bit according to what is going on in your life at the time, because these people are so obsessed with your reactions and trying to modify your behavior. And it's all about behavior modification is what it is basically about, because I realize that it is what it is really is a war on dissidents and quote unquote mentally ill people who don't conform, who can't. Not only don't they cannot. Like some people just simply cannot fit in to that hive mind mentality, or the category that they try to put you in. And when you don't fit into a certain category, this is what it makes them mad, because they can't figure out what to do with a person like that. They don't know. Most people are able to define themselves. Okay, I have 2 kids. I have a degree. I have a job at such and such, and they're very much able to be more defined. Whereas other people, such as myself, who I'm such an independent thinker. I make my own schedule. I don't follow the norm. I'm different, and I'm on a different level mentally than a lot of these people. I don't listen to the same kinds of music they listen to, number one. I don't watch television. I don't own a TV. I don't want to own a TV. I don't watch TV. I like it when I see it at the gym. I try to avoid it at all costs. And here's something else. Speaking of TV, this is an example of how they're targeting me for this behavior modification nonsense. They know that I like certain treadmills, right? Because whenever you go frequent a certain gym, they have certain watchers, I guess you could call them, people who are there to do their little predictive programming, behavior modification, gang stalking stuff. Well, they know that at Gold's Gym, there's some of these, they have these incline treadmills, right? These free motion incline treadmills. Well, a lot of them don't work. Some of them do. Most of them don't function to their capacity. And I think I should know this because I pretty much test them all out, or not all of them, but I know, from going to various gyms and once you've been going to certain ones for a while, you kind of know which ones work and which ones don't really work as well as others. Now with me, I'm very peculiar and picky about which machines I like, because I tend to really put a lot of energy into my workout. I do, and it's like I have to have. There's certain things that I need, that I look for in the machine, and if that's not working, then I get off the machine usually, because I need certain things on that machine, because of the intensity of the workout that I do is very much, I need that. And so the one thing that okay, some of these free motion treadmills have built-in TVs on them. Like they have a built-in TV monitor, which is so cumbersome, so annoying to have that thing right there. It is very annoying, cumbersome. So there's some that don't, there's some that do, but whatever. So usually, but it's also a way to kind of camouflage from having to look at those other fucking TVs that are all over the goddamn place, pardon my language. But at least you can control turning these things on or off. You know, you're in control if you want to turn it on or turn it off, right? Well, it's kind of nice because like I said, it's kind of like a barrier between you and the other stupid fucking TVs above head. So it's kind of like you can hide in a way or be a little bit less conspicuous. And but I've noticed that one of these machines, of course the one that I like to use, go figure, the one that I tend to like a lot, the fucking TV on there that's built in on the free motion treadmill is broken. So it keeps on turning on. Like today, it kept on going on. It kept turning on, and it was flipping channels and doing all this shit, making me go crazy. Just having to look at that shit, trying to distract me when I'm doing my workout. And I was like, oh my God. It got to the point where I was on the machine for over an hour at least, and I was on the machine for about an hour, I guess, more or less, that one. And then I got off of it. I couldn't handle the fucking TV crap. You know, and then the stupid control mechanism kept showing up on the platform wherever you're, you know, to see your workout progress. It kept showing up this stupid little calculator thing, like channel crap, and I was like, fuck, and I kept touching it to try to make the fucking thing go off, and then I kept trying to turn the button off, and it kept coming on, and I was like, this is fucking making me crazy. And it was working fine. There wasn't this problem a couple weeks ago, but now all of a sudden, this is what's happening. So I went to a different treadmill, and on the other one that I like it, except it'll stop and start. Like you start the treadmill, and then it'll just stop. It'll just all of a sudden fucking stop, or the speeds are not working correctly. Like it's messed up as well, and the tread is all worn out. It's completely the tread is completely worn out on it, which is dangerous. A lot of these treadmills, you'll notice that the tread has not been replaced in God, I don't know how long with these machines. And it's like, okay, whatever, you know, I use it because it has that support that I like, and that's why I go to that gym, because it has a certain, the way it's designed, I've talked about this before, is necessary. It's helpful. It's very helpful for my certain ailment that I have. I have a metal implant in my right hip, and so one of my legs is actually shorter than the other. And I've noticed, you know, by trying so many different treadmills over the years at gyms, because that's what I like to do. I used to run. I used to be a runner, you know, outdoors, and I don't do that anymore. But I like treadmills. I really enjoy treadmill workouts, and it's kind of like a trampoline. I kind of use it as I try to use the machine to its capacity. You know, it's a fucking incline, so I use it like that. You know, most people don't even, I see some people taking advantage of what the machine is for, but other people, it's like, well, you may as well go get on a different treadmill, because the whole idea is to play around with the inclines and to use it to its capacity, or else why use it at all, you know? I'm just saying, I'm just from my observation, seeing what other people do. And quite frankly, I don't care what they do. Let them do what they want. Not my business. I don't care. But I've noticed this, and you know, those are fancy machines. They cost anywhere from, you know, some of them, a brand new one can cost up to like $8,000 or at least, sometimes even more than that. And you can even buy used ones or refurbished ones. You can find them sometimes on eBay. Sometimes you'll find them at other places, but and I had thought about that in the past about, I should just buy my own. But then it's like, if something goes wrong, then what are you supposed to do? You know, how am I going to get it inside my house? You know, they can deliver it curbside, but then, there's all kinds of things you have to, all kinds of issues that could come up. And so it's easier for me to just go to the gym because, whatever, it's a controlled environment, and I tend to, there's people there, and it's like I don't like to exercise around people, but whatever, you get used to it after a while. Nobody really people tend to keep to themselves. At least I've noticed that I don't get nearly as much gang stalking stuff as I used to at certain locations. They kind of are more respectful and mature, whereas at other locations I've been to, they're just like I was treated horribly and discriminated against and exploited. So it's not as bad now because I think that there's a different level of respect or whatever, and I don't know any of these people. I have never said a word to any of these people. I keep it that way. I keep it like that. I don't really feel like it's in my best interest to not talk. I might talk to the people who work there, and that's about it. But very, very, nothing. Just keep it simple. But so anyway, with that machine, it's like, go figure, this thing, knowing how much I hate the media and I hate television and I don't like any of that stuff, it would happen that there's something messed up with this TV thing on that treadmill. But whatever, it's just like, in a lot of these machines, it's like I'm really surprised that they don't upgrade. I would think that the gym would probably at some point start upgrading some of these machines and get better machines. Most of these machines don't work. Most of the elliptical machines don't work. Most of those pre-core elliptical machines they have do not work. They don't even go up to they don't go up to the level that they're supposed to. And I imagine that's because people don't take care of them. Or they don't, they're too rough on them or something. I do not know, but it can be really aggravating because when you go to a gym, it's all about the equipment. If you're into cardio, then you have to pay close attention to the cardio equipment, or else why waste your money and time going to a gym? And now if you're into all the weight machines and free weights, well, that's fine too. They've got plenty of that. But me, I really go there mostly, it's for the cardio. And some of these weight machines I do utilize as well, but I really am a cardio person. That's what I enjoy, and that's what I've always liked to do. And I do prefer a specific kind of treadmill for what I do, and it's kind of like my life force. It would be like telling somebody who loves to play golf or who loves to play baseball or who loves to go swimming to stop doing what they love to do because you're too old or you don't, it's like, no, if I enjoy doing something and I'm able to still do that, then I'm going to keep doing that until I no longer am able to do that. But there's always people who are negative and want to try to prevent you from doing things that you like to do. That for benefit your health and your well-being and your whatever. There's always people who are going to be negative about that because I've come across that with everybody. And it's like, you know what? Fuck people like that. I don't need people like that in my life. And if they do start exhibiting those kinds of traits or characteristics, I eliminate them. I do. Nowadays, I don't even think twice about it. I block them. And if they start mocking me and doing weird sexual harassment type things, which I've gotten a lot of, cyberbullying, and you'll get on a dating site, for example, if you're a single female, divorced, oh God forbid you should be divorced, and this, talk about a stigma. Well, the marriage that I was involved with years ago should have been annulled, considering it was a green card scam.